Okay, we have a tragic story time today. And it is kind of tragic. I'm kind of not joking about that. So if y'all go back to a couple videos ago, not a couple, it was a few weeks ago, I did a video on the baby chickens that were about 6 weeks old, 8 weeks old at that point in time, and they were outside for the first time. But we couldn't put them, I couldn't put them in with the big chickens because the big chickens will peck at the little ones. Like, pecking orders are a real thing with chickens, and if they like sense weakness or they know that a chicken is like smaller, sick, whatever, like they'll peck at them. And so they kind of establish a pecking order within their little group where there's like kind of the leader and then the other ones kind of fall in line. But when you've got such a massive size difference between the big chickens and the little ones, it doesn't work out so well. So anyways, they were in the what used to be the rabbit hutch. And when we were building the rabbit hutch, they were going to go underground, like to get away from predators and stuff like that, because rabbits clearly dig. So we used bird netting at the top rather than chicken wire, which with the other chicken coop, when it was built, it was covered in chicken wire, so completely predator proof. So there is a predator, and I believe it's a fox, but I know that there's like possums, there's foxes, there's lots of stuff around. And anyways, I was kind of hesitant about leaving the little chickens in there. This is a trigger warning. You guys don't listen to this if you don't want to hear the sadness. Um, anyways, I was kind of hesitant about leaving them in there, but what I ended up doing was there's also, so we had the rabbit hutch. We used to breed rabbits, and we had it where at the top there are actual cages. So like when they were babies, or if we wanted to separate the males and the females or whatever, we could do that. And then it's kind of open to the bottom. I'll have to do like a little tour of it later. But anyways, I feel like I'm rambling. I'm sorry. I'm just talking. And so I had taken one of them and left it down, the one of the little chickens, and then put the other ones up in the top because I was like, well, if this isn't completely predator proof, right? Like, which there was a predator that got in there a couple years ago with the rabbits, and I thought that it had been fixed, but I hadn't really tested it in a while. And so the first night, I had a little sacrificial chicken out there just to see, like, would it survive? Would something come get it? And it was fine. It lived, and I was like, okay, yay. You know, this is a safe place now for them. And so the next night, they all were left out. And I got up in the morning and something had gotten in. Something had gotten in. I'm not sure how. I believe they may have gone through a hole. I'm not even sure because I've walked around to try and figure it out. Um, Beeping is super obnoxious. But anyways, there were nothing but feathers and pieces of chicken, baby chicken, left in there. It had gotten all 6 of them, and they are all gone, like completely decimated, done. And it was really, really sad. It was really sad. It's actually taken me a couple weeks to post about it, because it's something I just didn't really think about. And I get it. I mean, the circle of life and whatever it was fed, you know, some chicken nuggets, fed well. They were decent size. You can go back and look. I don't want to go back and look at the video. I don't want to go see what I said because I don't want to see them on their last day of life when I was talking about how cute they were. It's actually super sad. It's actually super sad. Lesson learned, right? Like, make sure it is completely predator proof. And you know, I have actually, and I don't know, I think one day maybe within the big chicken coop, I maybe didn't close the door all the way, and I went out there one night and there was a possum in there, and I just chased it out, and nothing was hurt. But the bigger chickens, they have a roost like up you know, off the ground, really high off the ground. And so it's really difficult for anything to get them. But the little chickens, they weren't roosting yet. They didn't know to go up, and I actually made them a little like roosting area, but I guess they, you know, they weren't doing it, and they probably were just running all around, and probably if a predator had gotten in and they were up on a roost, you know, it couldn't have gotten to them. So yeah, life lessons, life and death happens. Sad, sad. So I only have 3 adult chickens now. So yeah, and I found a snake in the chicken coop the other night too. I'll post that video. No, it wasn't the other night. It was daytime. Okay, I'm rambling.